Communication Air.
Welcome to episode 91 of the Communication Air podcast, the community patch notes episode of Scalpers are actually really good for the industry, and we should all be happy that they're here.
Wow, starting strong.
All right.
And with us, we have a very special guest, returning guest, Just Janie. Welcome.
Hi. Glad to be here.
I looked back at
what it is.
Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to finish my thought here. I looked back. I looked back when you were on before. It was episode 16, so it's been like probably like a year, over a year, at least over a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was about graphics, right?
It was about gameplay and graphics because of Pokemon.
Yeah, because of
Oh,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Because of the Scarlet and Violet. That game, that ugly game.
And hopefully we don't see any more ugly graphics this week, you know?
I mean, how do you feel about Legends? Not that we have seen anything on it, ZA. Do you feel like it's going to be
I think it's
a
gonna
change?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. They've had an extra year to cook. They're working on it. I'm feeling good about it.
Okay. I mean, I hope you're right, honestly.
so, too.
Like Legends is such
Cheesy's
a fun...
big bummer.
No.
Legends looks actually Pokemon Legends Arceus I think looks really good. Like the art style, because it's like an oil painting or like a, I guess the mountains and stuff. Some of the stuff doesn't look great, but like the art style is kind of nice. It's like an oil painting.
Yeah, it looks like more of like an art style choice compared
Yeah,
to Scarlet and Violet, where it just looks like it's not done.
Do we know
Yeah.
if like ZA is going to look the same?
We don't. We haven't seen any ZA stuff. Like we've only seen like a teaser that was just like a,
Splash screen, pretty much.
cutscene cinematic thing. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Like the Lumio City blueprint looking thing with some
Looked like
Pokemon.
Pizza.
Oh yeah, it was like a pizza.
Yeah, because they were like slicing all the different areas.
Yeah, because it's like in different like zones and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited because this week is Pokemon Day. What I get so I was actually listening to the episode that you were on before because we always ask the same question to everybody, and I didn't remember if we were asking the question back then. And I'm not going to ask the question because I know the answer and I don't like the answer because it's Super Mario Bros. 3 versus Super Mario World. But you had said that you've never played Super Mario Bros. 3, so I'm assuming you haven't played it since then.
I actually did play a little bit on the Switch Online, like a few levels. It wasn't very much. I played a little bit of it though, just to see.
And you were like, "This is."
It's still
Yeah, it's not great.
Still not great.
That's awful.
Sorry.
Well, that's just wrong. Well, I guess my replacement question is, what do you want to see on Pokemon Day?
I mainly want to see ZA. Like I want to see like a big, like 5-10 minute, maybe even more, just like a deep dive. Show me what this game looks like, please. Maybe some gameplay. A few Pokemon, maybe some Mega evolutions, some new ones.
Another Mega
Just like all
Charizard.
that
Let's
kinda
go.
stuff. Yeah,
Mega Charizard Z.
Yeah, let's go.
No,
Maybe a
everybody
new
would love
Eevee.
that. Yeah, I mean, there's rumors.
Been rumors swirling around.
What would the typing be?
Flying, but I do think so it was based on a coloring of like a balloon, right? There was like a color for each evolution, and there was white there, and everybody thinks that means flying. Now, personally, I think that just means that's just base Eevee, because Eevee
like normal,
like normal, just base Eevee. Like I don't think there was a normal one on there.
Yeah, what about the flying Terra type Eevee they were giving away at GameStop?
That's true.
Oh, what was this?
Mm-hmm. They were handing out these little like cards at GameStop with a flying Terra type Eevee that you could redeem in Scarlet and Violet.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's also the year of the Eevee, according to Pokemon.
So
is there something that you want to see that like it hasn't been announced? Like if it was your Pokemon Day and your Pokemon announcement, what would it be?
I would at least like a little like teaser of Gen 10 as well would be nice.
Gen
I don't know if
10,
that's
oof.
coming this year. I don't think so, but maybe for next year or something.
Yeah.
When do you think ZA is coming out?
I think it's gonna be like summer or like August. August, maybe
I'm
July.
thinking it's going to be earlier than I'm
Think so?
hoping. I think it's so. Legends Arceus came out in January when that came out. Everybody's assuming that there's going to be another Pokemon game like shown and announced to come out this year during the presents. So I'm thinking we get it in like June, May or June.
Okay. A little earlier. What
And is
other game
it-
do you think it would be though?
Well, there's either it could be a remake, it could be the black
That's
and white
true.
remakes that we haven't gotten. Which I mean I've seen rumors where it's like it could be that, it could be like a Let's Go black and white remake. Or there's also that other rumor of like the multiplayer game.
I haven't heard about the multiplayer one.
Yeah, apparently there's a multiplayer
Something.
game that's
Hmm.
similar to Marvel Rivals and Overwatch.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
like
like how.
I mean, well, we have a MOBA,
Yeah.
like Pokemon Unite is
we
a
have
MOBA,
Unite.
and that I think that was a fun game. I think I don't know if people still play it, but a hero shooter or a hero type of game that would be
Pokemon?
pretty cool. Yeah,
Be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I really want Gen 1 through 3 to be added to the Nintendo Switch Online, or
another
just
one that-
let me pay. I'll pay $10 each. I don't care.
Right? It's like they know people will pay for it.
Yeah,
It's
They're
like
not
easy
making
money.
any
Come on.
They're not making any money off of it right now. Just
Yeah.
If they did, do you think that we would see Pokemon icons for the first time? Because like we don't have any, right?
Oh yeah.
what's an icon? Oh, you mean
Like the
Pokemon?
little Switch icons.
Oh yeah,
The
no, we
things
have
that
we have
you're
Scarlet.
always
We have
buying.
Scarlet and Violet icons.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have like 300 of them.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, because you could get like Lechonk. I love Lechonk. He's a
Uh-huh.
goofy little silly guy. But yeah, you could get like Miraidon and Koraidon. Yes, they definitely have Scarlet and Violet ones because they at least had this stuff for like the DLC. They had like Teal Mask and whatever
I
the
miss
Terapagos
those.
or whatever. Yeah, but yeah. So Pokemon Day is in a few days, 3 days.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Valdo.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Valdo.
Yeah.
That's so
happy
cool that
birthday.
he gets to say it's his birthday.
Yeah, like he's a huge fan of Pokemon,
Mhm.
and then it's on Pokemon Day. It's his
Perfect.
birthday, so it's like perfect.
All right. Well, I cut you off, Cheesy. Janie, tell the people what you do online.
I'm a Twitch streamer and content creator as well. I make a lot of Pokemon card content now, on TikTok and Instagram and all that fun stuff. I've also been getting into the rip and ships on Drip as well, opening up the Pokemon card packs for people. It's been really fun.
Can you explain what a rip and ship is
Okay, yeah.
to those that
A
don't
rip-
know?
Mhm.
That
So-
would be me.
Okay, so that'd be cheesy too. Okay. So a rip and ship is kind of like it's just a live stream where people can come and then they buy packs and then I open them up and then we get all excited together when when somebody gets some really awesome hits. A hit is like the chase card, or I guess chase card I also need to explain. Pokemon cards is like a whole
got it.
nother language.
Cheese
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a newborn baby. Explain it to him like he's a newborn baby.
Exactly. So just like if anyone gets some really awesome cards like this Sunbreon right here, then we can get all excited for each other. I really like rip and ships just because it is more of a community aspect. I feel like that's the one thing that people don't understand kind of is like, why would I pay someone to open my pack when I could just buy a pack myself and then open it myself? But it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's more fun doing it this way than me sitting in my room and just opening up my packs myself, I guess. This way it's like a fun event and we're all together and hyping each other up and wishing each other good luck and it's a lot of fun.
It kind of
Nice,
leads
yeah.
into this conversation. I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know. Is it over MSRP? Like, are
A little bit.
okay?
I will say, I unfortunately I cannot get cards really for MSRP either, and so there is, a little bit of that too, as it is really
And that
hard to
was
find
a
cards right now.
Japanese card, so I don't even know what the
Yeah, the
MSRP are in
Japanese cards are
Japanese.
definitely technically over MSRP as well, because they got to come from Japan's a whole nother thing too over there.
Yeah, I've never gotten into Japanese cards. I think I had a couple when I was growing up, but I know now that like it's hard to get cards. People have been getting Japanese, and even I think Chinese is becoming more
Yeah,
popular.
Chinese a little bit too. Yep.
So I was just
I
wondering
think
because I understand what a rip and ship is. But before we get into all this other stuff, I'll do some server maintenance because we did get a review.
Oh, we did. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it 5 stars?
Yeah, it's 5 stars.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is I want to read this review because
Okay.
it's good
Yeah,
stuff.
go for it.
This is a 5-star review over on Apple, so make sure you leave 5-star reviews on Apple, Spotify, subscribe, leave comments on YouTube. It falls everywhere. But we got a 5-star review. It says, "What a podcast!" This is from Silver56. Says, "I've been listening since episode 1. Absolutely love the concept of a gaming debate podcast, and the two hosts, Johnny and Cheesy, pull it off perfectly. While I typically align with Johnny's takes and opinions, I do have an affinity
choice.
for Super Mario World. Keep up the awesome work, guys, and thank you." Yeah, that's I'm sure there's not many people out there that feel the same way, but thank you for that, Silver.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Especially last week.
even
I
if
don't
it's
think people
wrong.
were too happy with me last week, but
Yeah,
whatever.
so I mean, I guess like the best way to go into this conversation, Janie, because you weren't here last week. Because I do know that we're going to talk about Pokemon, but I guess for the sake of this being a video game podcast, have you ever had problem with scalpers when it comes to a console that you were buying? Yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Well, even when like the Switch first came out, like I was having a really hard time finding it. Like right around like March, April 2017 when they first came out, they were so hard to find, and it just seems like that kind of happens with it happened with the PS5 as well. I got really lucky and got my PS5 pre-ordered, but PS5s were super hard to find, especially also with around COVID pandemic times too. But it always seems to kind of hit, especially like right when a console first comes out, I feel like is pretty normal territory because it's like they're just getting the first waves of everything out. There's not enough product. And then that just like turns into, a possibility and potential for scalpers to come in,
Do you think the Switch 2 is going to have the similar issue?
It might. I'm hoping not. I've heard like there's been some rumors that they've been, producing these for a while and are trying to keep that from happening. Like I do find it really interesting that they're already going to have some, out for us to demo that, the Switch 2 experience and stuff. So hopefully,
Which you're going to. Must be nice.
yeah. Which I'm super excited to go to. So hopefully they've been working away. Like they did a good job with all the special edition Switches. Like there were plenty of those Tears of the Kingdom ones and Pokemon ones and stuff like that. So
do you have a
hopefully-
favorite special edition Switch?
Yeah, the Tears of the Kingdom one's my favorite.
It's so nice.
Love it.
It's so
That's
good.
pretty.
The dock is amazing.
Mhm.
The design
Love
on
it.
it. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. I also have the Hyrule edition. I like the Hyrule edition as well because it's just gold, so I like that one.
Yeah, the gold is good too.
But I like that. Yeah, there is enough supply of those because I still see those Hyrule editions out and about. I think I mentioned last week that I see the Animal Crossing ones every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
The one
I
that
think
I
that
haven't
one's my favorite.
the one that I haven't seen is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
I kind of want one because I have like all the other special edition OLEDs, and that's like the only one I don't have.
I'll get it.
So I kind of want to get it, but I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, I haven't really seen
retail.
that one out and about.
I guess it's been a couple years, so
Mhm.
it's not surprising, especially Pokemon's super popular right now.
Do you think there's a way to solve this issue? We'll get into Pokemon cards because I think that is where the big issue is coming from. But
I have examples,
I'm sure you do.
hands-on
Let's-
experience.
Janie, do you have any thoughts on that?
I think mainly just supply, just making sure that there's enough, and then there won't be a need for, they won't make that scalpers be a thing. Like if there's enough demand or if there's enough supply, then no one has to buy them from scalpers because then they can buy them at the store instead,
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's
scalpers won't make
wrong.
money.
Okay, apparently that's
Get out
wrong.
of here.
It's wrong to you, Johnny, because you're in it for the collection.
No,
so if
no,
they-
that's not.
if
That's
it-
not. No, I said.
That is what you were saying last week.
No, I said the. No, I was saying how to combat it, and it was to increase supply.
Yeah, but you were also saying if they increase supply,
Your value
then
goes
the
down. It's
value-
true.
It is true, but like not everyone cares about that.
For Pokemon cards, I think a lot of people care for that.
So, then what's the answer? Because you can't
Supply.
make more.
I mean, that's how
Well, you
you.
can't
That's
make-
how you combat
you can't.
scalpers, is to increase the supply. That's how you combat scalpers.
Just
If
like
you-
a fine balance
Yeah,
between the
it's-
two. Like it's got to be enough supply, but not too much supply.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's not. I understand it's not like black and white, but it's everything feeds off of each other. So, I don't know. I was in a heated argument that I won. That I definitely won that argument on Twitter because he didn't have an answer. He didn't have an answer. So like, I win. That's how it works.
Okay, but if you are making more supply, then what's stopping the scalpers from also getting that supply?
They will get the supply, but then you just don't buy from the scalpers. And then they won't want to sell it.
The stores can also help out with like limiting things too. Like a lot of stores are starting to implement a lot of limits.
Yeah, which we actually
True.
just saw with well, I mean, they've been doing this at like Target and everything, but GameStop just changed their policy, so they're not allowing pre-orders of Pokemon cards, and they're only they're limiting supply. I don't know what or limiting purchases. I don't know what their limit is. Is either
It's
one or
about
two?
two.
Is it two?
I think it's 2. It has been. I don't know. Mine have been a little different. I think every GameStop's a little different. I think it's 2 like overall that they said, but they were doing like 1 the one time I went. So I went to my GameStop during the Prismatic Evolutions release, and they were just doing like 1 of each product. And so I got like 1 poster and I got 1 sticker collection, and like that's it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, I there's definitely, but they wouldn't have to do that if there was enough supply.
yeah, if there was enough supply, then they wouldn't have to do it. The thing was, they did not get much at my GameStop. There was not much there.
Yeah, like I was
was
seeing
awful.
stuff. I was seeing stuff where people were, waiting outside in line, and they, had like 10 things. They had like 10 boxes or whatever. So I don't know.
I just
Pokemon.
don't know how much like that solution helps. Like if they're not doing pre-orders and there's only 2 that you can buy at a time, like that to limit is great. But at the same time, if there's no pre-orders, and Johnny, I think you mentioned it in our Discord that if like people are working, that kind of
Yeah.
sucks. Like you can't go and get that card or the set because they're already gone.
Yeah, I agree
People
with
are-
the. Yeah, I agree with
Sorry.
the limiting purchases, but I think getting rid of pre-orders does kind of hurt your general consumer because not everybody can wait in line for hours to try to get a box of Pokemon cards.
Hey,
Like-
Janie, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something about like the people that have jobs. They can't line up at midnight the night before and
Yeah.
literally camp out at GameStop to get something either.
So how
Yeah.
how was it when you got Prismatic? Did you have to go and
Yeah.
wait in line?
I waited in line. I was only had to go like an hour-ish early,
Okay.
maybe like 45 minutes early, but that was just the first one. And then I tried to go for the Blooming Waters release, which was like a couple weeks after that. And I did the same thing. I was like, oh, like an hour or something will be fine, or an hour and a half. And it was not fine. Everybody just decided, oh, they missed out on the first one. And so they're even earlier. And they only had like 10 boxes maybe, and there was 10 people already in line. So I was like, I guess I'm leaving.
That's yeah. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
It definitely sucks. The situation sucks. Like so I have another example, hands-on experience today. Best Buy is doing a thing where they're releasing it as they call it drops. So at a specific time, like today, I think it was 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They were dropping Surging Sparks, which is not the newest.
When
set.
do you get this notification? Like when does everyone know that it's going to be dropping at this time?
I mean, I think it's in the app, and then also everybody's tweet. Like I think I saw on Wario 64. So it's like
yeah.
Everybody's tweeting it. Everybody's posting in all the discords and stuff.
So like 24 hours at a time.
I think
it was even
I got
earlier.
a notification like an hour or something before. It might have been even earlier.
Okay.
I know there's drops again tomorrow for something else.
Tomorrow's Obsidian Flames booster bundles.
Yeah, so tomorrow, and then it looks like, it looks like there's another one the next day.
It's all week long. So
it's all week
tomorrow's
long.
Obsidian,
Yeah.
Wednesday is Twilight Masquerade boxes, booster boxes, and then Thursday is Blooming Waters, and then Friday is 151 booster bundles.
I don't think you need like a membership for this. I think it's just you have to use the app, right?
You have to have a Best Buy like account, which is free to sign up for. So you have to have that to like once you're. I don't know if did you get in the line at all today?
Yeah, I was in the line. I clicked on as soon as like 11 a.m. I just clicked on it. It said I was in line, and then like I don't know, 5 minutes later it was like, oh, it's sold out. Like, oh, cool.
So like, you'll be in line, and then it has you sign into your account, and then I got to it where it was like trying to say there was nothing to ship available to try pickup, and then there was nothing to pick up, and then it was all gone.
Yeah, so I mean that's again like it's another not great solution, but like what else? I don't know what else these retailers can do because they only get a certain amount of product. They only get 10 boxes or like who knows how many Best Buy has, and this isn't like just the most recent set. Like it's not prismatic. It's the set before it, and now we're going to set before that. So it's like this is just a Pokemon card issue. Everybody's buying Pokemon cards no matter what it is. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know, like, is it because I know there's, a lot of people on TikTok and social media, they do a lot of pack openings. Like, I'm sure people want to, like, feel that. They want to get involved with that.
Well, I guess kind of what you were saying earlier about, what is it?
Rippin' chips.
Ripping chips, like
So like we're ripping and we're shipping it out to you.
Oh, ship! I thought it was like chips, and I was like, oh wow, this sounds fun, and like get a little snack at the same time.
Here's a question about the rip and ship. How do you get the product for that? Does the company you work with send you it?
So there's different stores online that do like wholesaling kind of stuff too that you can find product on. There's a lot of different stores that do the Japanese cards as well, and so I will just buy that from them.
Oh, so you do it personally?
Yeah.
So it's not through. Who do you work with?
No, it's not through. I'm me.
Oh no, I thought you said you.
Like, what do you mean?
You have it on like a.
Oh, it's through Drip. So Drip is kind of like a streaming service, like Whatnot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know about Whatnot. So it's just like a selling platform on there. They also do. I also am partnered with them too, and so they're really nice. And sometimes we'll provide things to give away, which is really fun.
Okay, I thought that for some reason I don't know. I thought that they were providing you product for you to.
They sometimes have some stuff on there that you can get to as well, but.
So to kind of go back to what Johnny was asking, like, why is it that everyone is like crazy for Pokemon cards right now? Is it the community? Is that what is it?
Theory. I think it's mainly like it's a bit of the games. It's Scarlet and Violet sold more Pokemon games. I think it's in like the top 3 selling Pokemon games of all time now. I'm pretty sure. Like it's almost beating Gold and Silver, or maybe it has already. Like that was a huge boom. So like that's a whole new bunch of kiddos, a bunch of new people getting into it. Pokemon Card Pocket, conveniently also came out in October, right before Surging Sparks came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I just think there's just so many more people getting into Pokemon right now, and it's just at this whole new peak again.
Did COVID have anything to do with it? Because I remember
I mean, it
like
was big back
during
in
the time
COVID,
of
It was big
well,
during COVID
but
too.
then there
That
was
was
a
like,
Pokemon
lull. Then there was a
and
lull.
sports cards and
yeah, that
Yeah.
was more of like, yeah, it had a really big vintage boom during COVID, which for all like the older like base set, like stuff that we like when I was a kid, like so like your 20-year-old cards and stuff like that had a huge boom during COVID with the YouTubers getting back into it and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with like influencers being, a lot of people open packs. There's a lot of stuff on, and I see it all over the place because I guess they're addicting to watch, and I'm like, I want to open cards now too. And then
Exactly.
like there's, well, Janie does it, and then there's also that deep pocket monster.
Yeah, do Pocket Monster.
Yeah,
Yep.
I feel special. He commented on one of my videos. I'm like, oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, because I did his little jingle. Should I open
Yep.
it or
Open
should I
keep
keep
it
it
sealed.
sealed? Yeah,
It's so good. It's so
he opens.
catchy.
So he posts a video every single day, and it varies what kind of like packs and stuff he opens, but every video that I see has like millions of views. So people are watching this every single day, and they want to, they want to feel it too. Like they want to buy some packs and open them. So I know scalpers are an issue, but it's also like there are a lot of people that want it now too. So like, yeah, it sucks that if scalpers could get there first, but then if scalpers don't get them, people that actually like want to collect them will get them anyway. So it's like, what do you do besides just increasing the supply?
Yeah, and also the scarcity of, not being enough products too, also I feel like trickles down to collectors as well that are like, well, if it's super hard to find all this stuff, then I'm gonna buy as much as I can, like I'm gonna buy as much as I can at the store too, so that they, can get as much, so that the scalpers don't get them. So it kind of all kind of plays together too
Do you
that way.
think? I said this at like the companies like scalpers because they don't care who buys the product; they just want the money. Do you think like Pokemon Company has any motivation to increase the supply, or do you think that they're just kind of reaping the benefits of everything selling?
I just don't see how they're really reaping any benefits though if they're not the ones making the money, I guess. Like I don't see how it benefits them to have kind of like it does a little bit, I guess, to have like the demand and the hype and everything. So I guess I can kind of see that. But on the other hand, they're not the ones making the money either, like off the second hand market, you know?
Yeah,
So
I'm just thinking like they produce 100,000 units, they sell 100,000 units. So it's like if they produce a million
yeah.
units, would they sell a million units? Like who knows what where that is? Like I doubt that they want product just sitting there. Same with
That's
but
true.
I
any.
don't. It's Pokemon. Like I really don't think that it would.
But there were
And and
there
a-
are
and
there were
again,
lulls like even recently like
Yeah.
now. So I know like this is like deep cut and like Cheesy's not going to get in. Probably most of our listeners aren't going to get this, but there's a set that wasn't very popular. It's like was it Twilight Masquerade or what was the one before that? It was with,
Probably Paradox Rift or Temporal Forces.
yeah, the
Oh,
not popular ones. Like
Yeah, those were
you could have
not.
found them anywhere like a couple
They
months
were all
ago,
over.
and now
Yeah.
they're all gone.
Yep.
So there
And
something
I
happened
Mhm.
to increase the demand. And I don't, is it the Pikachus?
Yeah.
Is it the Eevees? I don't know.
I think it's that too. Like I think like you said there's kind of like the lull, like so like they had this lull and so they were like, okay, let's ease back on making so many cards cuz it's like, well, people aren't really loving these sets and stuff. And then I guess they for some reason didn't know or like project that the Pikachu card was going to have everyone super excited and would want to buy all the Surging Sparks and stuff. And so they did the same thing. They just like, well, this set sold this much, so we'll just make the same amount for this one, I guess. But I just don't understand how they couldn't predict that that would happen. It's
Especially
so
with
confusing to me.
the knowledge that they've had before. Like Pikachu's always been a popular card, like they had the
Exactly.
Chonkachu years ago.
It's the
And
mascot.
that Moonryon that you have, we know there was a Moonryon back with Evolving Skies back in. So they knew that card was going to be popular. So like, why would you not
Like,
produce
why?
more?
Exactly. And then they knew that Pokemon Pocket was coming out. So like you kind of know that like, oh, people are gonna have fun opening these virtual packs. Maybe they'll want to buy real packs too.
Cards never sell out in there
Yeah.
until they start implementing that. You imagine?
No.
Dude.
I honestly have like not really checked in to my app every day. Like it's gotten to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that, but not like because I want to do it. It's just like that thing exists, and I should probably go and collect my cards.
I have over 9,000 cards now.
God.
It's
So
a
are
little
you
too
guys
much.
playing every day?
I've
opened
kind
the
of fallen out
packs.
of it a little bit.
So what made you fall out of it?
I think it's mainly what happens to me is like there's so many of these like events going on and there's like so many promo cards and it's like, well, I missed the one promo card, so it's like and I can't get it again. So it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, and it's just a slippery slope from there. And it's just like, well, why bother with the rest if I can't get the other one? So
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
there is that sense of like FOMO with the promo cards, I guess. Yeah, because you can't. I think I've missed some promo cards. I just don't. I don't like the game itself. Like I don't like the gameplay of the battling. Like I don't think it's very
I like
exciting.
the battling.
Everybody uses the same decks, so
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. I like opening the packs, but even then, it's like, well, I have all the normal cards, and it
Yeah, and after a while, you just get the same ones over and over and
Yeah.
over again. It's just like, ugh.
Is TCG the reason why like Pokemon cards are also so big right now? Like, are more people watching TCG events?
A little bit. I think they just had the European International Championships over the weekend, and I think that was like the highest amount of people they've ever had like play or attend or something like that. I think. Don't totally
Well,
know.
I do think the app. So the app apparently made like $500 million already or something within 4 months. Not all me, I swear. I put a good chunk in, but not $500 million. So, and we know this from like other things. They kind of build off of each other. So people probably are playing the app and they're like, well, you know what? I kind of want physical cards now because I'm back into this. So now they're looking for cards. It's just the demand is shooting up so fast compared to where the supply is at. And it's just triggering the
kind of
scalpers.
wonder. This is just a thought that I had, so it may be nothing. But I also kind of wonder if people just love like the thrill of trying to go and get these cards, but also not so much of like getting them, but the environment that is almost Black Friday every time that these cards or these sets come out. Like, do they like the idea of like wrestling for a set or like going after other people? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying
The
like
adrenaline.
I think it
guess.
is part of it. Like it's more exciting to get something that you know is hard to find. Like it's more exciting for you. I mean,
Then
for
it
me
just looks-
personally,
And
I
it's like, oh my gosh, I found the hidden treasure, at the store. I found the cards.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I do want to talk about fandoms at some point on this show, but like I just remember seeing the Van Gogh set and the way that people were reacting towards the Van Gogh Pikachu and the what else did they have?
Oh, you got a 10? Nice.
Janie.
Oh, actually,
has
I
a
saw
Van Gogh
your
Pikachu.
video because you went through
Yeah.
GameStop.
That was my first time ever sending in cards to PSA.
Yeah, that's what I did that too. Like if I ever do that again, I'm going through GameStop. It was super easy.
Yeah, it was super easy. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Do you think that it has any kind of correlation?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, there's always something about Pokemon that just
Yeah.
It's
everybody
30
loves.
years
I don't
old.
know,
It's
it's been
30 years old.
around. Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost 30 now. And we've all grew up with it.
Mhm.
It's always just been really fun franchise.
Yeah.
I do want to. We got a couple comments, and I do want to address a couple because they were not happy with me. So, so this is on YouTube. It's from Grooven Rubin. It says, "Holy poop, bro!" I censored that. If you're if you're a regular person trying to enjoy Pokemon cards, you aren't also taking away from the kids. You're enjoying a product and more than likely buying a normal amount, one ETB or some packs. You aren't buying out the whole vending machine or whole pallets of boxes. When I was a kid, I got a lot of packs of Pokemon cards. They didn't have ETBs back then. It was just packs. I know kids these days that do want ETBs and want the cool full art card. Supply has never been an issue for years, but now that most people are trying to capitalize off of it, there's a stock issue. Funny how this has never been a problem until now. It absolutely is the fault of loser people who buy way more product than they need, and it's a hold on. Oh my god, it's a long comment. It's a fault of the idiots who buy from scalpers. The problem is the desperate people feed the scalpers. Like Cheesy said, people use to scalp shoes. The shoe market has recently crashed hard, and all those scalpers have now moved on to Pokemon cards. It's absolutely an issue with scalpers. Sorry, that's it.
I mean, like honestly, I know who was it? It was Clockworth Clone who said that you gaslit me last
I
week.
did not gaslight
Because
you.
I had my
good
stance.
points. You had literally no points.
Had my stance, and then you came in, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Like supply should be a thing, and I hear what Janie is saying as well. I don't know. I think that you have more people that are unnecessarily buying products that they don't even enjoy. That's the big thing for me.
But the problem, that's not really the problem. Is the people buying from those scalpers is the problem. If nobody would buy from the scalpers, like we wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like also, sure, maybe these retailers need to have more supply, but like if those scalpers are going in and buying the product, and then the people that enjoy that fandom or that product don't get to enjoy it, that's a problem. Like that's the wrong target audience. And I know like these companies probably just care that, they're making money, but I don't know. Like I'm just in the mindset of like, if I'm making a product, yeah, sure, I'm making money, but also I want the people to enjoy it that were seeking it, that have been waiting for it.
And I feel like with the players too, like the players need to have these cards to actually play the game too. Like that's also, I feel like, I don't know, Pokemon is responsible for getting them the cards that they need to actually play the game too.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, I feel like it's a fine line because people are not happy right now. They are angry. Like people are not happy with not being able to find cards by just going to, their Target or Walmart or Best Buy. So that's going to make people leave the hobby. And maybe that levels out the demand, but it kind of sucks if you want to be in the hobby and you can't because you just can't find supply at a reasonable price. So I think Pokemon Company has to be careful with losing those people. Like they need to supply enough that people aren't angry enough that they just stop altogether.
Yeah, those are the people that'll be in it, in the long term and stuff too. The people that are in it for the hobby and the card players and stuff like that too. So it's important for them to be a part of it and continue it on for, lots of years, or get it to the kids that will, they're growing up with it now. So they got to get into it now to be able to still be into it 20 years from now.
Well, I mean, last week Johnny was saying it's not about the kids.
It's not.
That's not.
What?
That's a bad argument.
It's about the millennials that now have money. Do you know how Cheesy doesn't understand how expensive Pokemon cards are? An ETB, which is 10 packs, is $50.
So
this
should we play the
Blooming
Price is
Waters
Right
thing?
for cards? Do you want to take a guess of how much this is worth?
The Van Gogh Pikachu
And a PSA 10. Which also adds another layer to it. You probably don't know what.
I mean, I know a little bit of grading, but not
It's
like
a
whole
10
lot.
out of 10.
So let's say 300.
It's a little under. The higher. Keep going. Want to guess again?
1,000.
Too high.
700.
700.
Did they make you pay extra?
No.
No? Because
Nope.
like when I sent mine through GameStop, they're like, all right, well, if the value is determined to be higher than, I forget what it was, like 500 or 250 or something like that, they'll charge you more. But I thought like the one card I got back, I thought was worth more than their limit, and
Yeah.
they didn't charge me.
I think at the time that I sent that in, I think it was like a 300, 400 card. So since then, it's shot up to about 700.
Wonder why it's worth so much. Maybe because there's not a lot of them out there.
Well, but that one I understand because it's just special edition. Like, how many of those were actually sold? Because that was just at the Van Gogh event, right?
They sold it online too.
They had it online. That's why I got mine from the Pokemon Center. I got that.
Oh,
for free.
okay.
It was like a free promo.
Well, that came out later though, right?
I think it was like a few months later or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They printed, like, they sold out of them really fast, and they like printed some more, and then brought them back again.
It's all a circle of life. It all feeds off of one another.
This
It
isn't
does.
Lion King. What are you talking about?
Like if there's high demand, like the scalpers keep the value high for the collectors, and
No.
Pokemon Company makes money. Also, like, why is everybody protecting these multi-billion-dollar companies? Like, oh no, it's not Pokemon Company's fault. No. It's somebody down the street that's just trying to make a buck.
Make a few extra bucks than what the product is already priced at.
It's free market, man. Free market. It's
Sorry, I was
Pokemon
looking up to
Company.
see how many PSA 10 Van Gogh Pikachus there were, and there's about 13,000.
Okay.
I don't know if is that a lot or a little.
I would
I
say
think
that's a little.
lot. No.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, I think
Compared
if
to,
you,
I guess if you think about it, there's probably more than 13,000 people that would want it, I guess. So.
But a PSA 10 though, so that would mean the card
True.
would have to be graded and be a 10. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty high, because when you look at like a vintage card like the PSA 10 Charizard, there's only probably like 10 of those out there. Like there's, or maybe like 100, but there's really not many out there. So that's why the value is so high for those. And I mean, I am holding on to some PSA 10 cards to hope that they increase in value over time. I want these cards to sell out until the day I die. All right. Like, it sucks that people can't get them, but I want them to sell out every time. And like I said before, it's not necessity, right? I don't need Pokemon cards to live. So, like, yeah, it sucks. You know, I might cry a little if I don't get an ETB one day, but also, like, a lot of the cards you get in these packs are worthless.
What's like the odds of getting a really good card?
A really good card. I think the Pikachu. I don't know. Everyone always kind of does like some pull rates, like science, kind of like when the first sets come out and stuff. But I think if you're trying to go for the Pikachu SIR, I want to say it's like 1 in 1,000 or something like that.
1 in 1,000 packs, cheesy.
Yeah, 1 in 1,000 packs. So it's like really.
SIR
really
means secret rare.
Thank
We're
you.
trying, and it's a different
Sorry.
Pikachu. It's not
really
the
is a
Van
different
Gogh
language.
Pikachu.
I'm so used to just talking in
I
Pokemon card
know.
language. I'm sorry.
There is
Pokemon for dummies.
I know there is a listener, Nolis guy. He's out. He is way into Pokemon TCG. I think he actually plays the TCG.
He teaches.
Does he teach it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also commented. He said, like, I just don't want them ruining my casual hobby. And I'm like, I get it. I understand. I'm just a realist, you know. I see how the world actually works.
I don't think you do understand it.
Then enlighten me.
Because you're not.
This is
doing
the
it
same
for
argument.
the-
This is the same argument that I had on Twitter, and he's like, it's not that simple. It's like,
Well, you never let people talk, so you always think
I
that
let him
your
talk. I
argument
kept
is right.
asking him how, what would you do? What would you do?
What I'm saying is for you, I don't
Exactly.
think it's
What would
about-
you? You're not even saying like what would they need to do?
My
You have no
God, it's
answer. Like I don't. How am I wrong?
I don't have an answer because I can't finish it.
Well,
But you
I do
said
have a
for
question
me.
for you.
Yeah, for you, it's not about the hobby. It's about the collection.
But I asked how you would
That's-
fix this issue.
I don't know. Like
Exactly.
if there was an answer, don't you think that they would be like
They are trying.
do it? I mean, is
And they
it
must do these.
successful?
They must do these things too, because they probably worked before, like limiting purchases and reprinting. Because they said they're reprinting. Sorry, Janie, you said you had a question.
I do have a question for you though about this whole collecting thing, and you're wanting the cards to stay hard to find and everything. But if they're so hard to find, then you can't collect anymore, though.
Exactly. It's a catch-22, right?
Yeah.
But I also said that I'm better than the scalpers, and I would be able to get them at MSRP anyway. So if I haven't actually.
You didn't win today, though.
Yeah, that's
fine.
true. That was for research purposes. If
Okay.
I was, but I mean, I've waited
I
out
think
to
you-
get cards.
I think you tried. You tried and you failed.
Of course, I tried and I failed.
So you were better than the scalpers.
This time. But
So
I mean,
the
I
answer-
have waited out to get Pokemon. I haven't collected Pokemon cards very much recently, but I have waited out at like Target in line, and I remember this was back in the pandemic or slightly after the pandemic, and like they had limits. They had everything behind the counter. Like you had to tell them what you wanted, and I think you only could get 2 things overall, not just 2 of a single product. It was like you could get 1 ETB and then like 1 booster box or something. But if I was really into this hobby again, I mean, scalpers would not know what hit them. I'd be buying all the product, and I'll be scalping
You'd be
it.
there camping out.
Yeah, I
getting your
would.
10 out at GameStop.
I'm debating on doing that for the Switch too. Even if I have a pre-order, I might do it.
Yeah. Gotta be the first one there to get the Switch, too. I get it.
And you make content on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So easy. Cheesa doesn't get it. You don't understand.
I understand. I waited in line for the Wii. I've waited in
So
line
you do
for the
understand.
Switch. Yeah, but because that's like the part that I really enjoy is like waiting and going and getting the thing. But if there is no thing to get, that sucks. Like if there's somebody in line and they don't have a limit and they just go and buy all the product and you've been waiting there this whole time, what was it all for?
I mean, that sucks, but that's up. They got it. It's not on. It's on the store or on. GameStop is now going to have. Well, I don't know if they had. I'm assuming they had limits before. But that now moving forward, we're definitely having limits on everything. Like, gone are the days. Like, I would buy a ton of stuff day one. Like, I would have multiple ETBs. I would have a bunch of boxes. Like, you used to be able to get a ton of stuff like day one just by ordering on Pokemon Company or ordering online. Now it's not going to be like that anymore.
Yeah, the Pokemon Company, like Pokemon Center website's been limiting stuff too. Like you could only get 2 of the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETBs.
That one's going to be cool too. I haven't now that there is a high demand, I want this stuff. So now I'm going to start collecting again.
I give it a week.
I have a card that's worth like $300.
You also
right
said
now.
that you're gonna beat games this year. And
I did. I beat
mean,
2 already.
I know you've beat 2. I really don't see how long that is gonna.
I'm
go.
like
That's not gonna-
85% through Echoes of Wisdom. I'm like 90% through
Game-
Link's Awakening. Like,
Yeah.
so
Just gotta
yeah.
finish them now.
Yeah, just gotta finish them. That's what I did. That's what I did over the weekend. I just played Ratchet and Clank for like 3 hours and I beat it.
Nice.
Fantastic game. But okay, hold on. I have more. Oh, I did have another thing, and I am 100%, not 100%. I'm 99.9% sure that this video that's been going around of a person buying up like 10 ETBs of Prismatic Evolution and setting them on fire, I'm pretty sure that is fake. I know how the internet economy works, and you do those things for views.
Okay, so wait, someone is going and buying. First of all, I'm sorry. What's an ETB?
Elite Trainer Box, they have about 10 packs in them.
Okay.
They're about
Oh,
$50
okay, so
each.
that's-
They're about 50. Well, MSRP is $50. In this video, they supposedly bought it from like a local card shop that was selling it for like $200 a box.
So in terms of Pokemon Pocket trading card
Yes.
game, they spent all of their like Wonder Glass Hour things and bought 10 packs.
Yes, essentially. Yeah.
Okay. See, now I get it.
So they bought 10 of those. They bought 10 packs essentially
Yeah. Okay.
for about $200 each. And then they supposedly set them on fire. Like they showed them setting these boxes on fire. I really don't think it's real, but aren't those people a problem too?
Well, yeah.
I would
mean,
think so.
It's all
Those
just
cards
for
are going to no one now.
Yeah, those ones
Yeah.
are going to no one. That's even worse than scalping.
Yeah.
Because at least if a scalper sells it to somebody, that person will have the product.
okay,
they're
but
not-
it's not a better answer. Like, yeah, it is good. I guess those cards are going to somebody else, but it's somebody scalping to get somebody the product that they really want. I really don't understand how you don't see that there is a problem here when it comes to
There's
the enjoyment
there's a problem.
of the hobby. And
There's a
and
problem with the supply. Scalpers are a product of supply and limited supply and opportunity. They are not they're not the issue. They're not the issue. They're just a product of the supply issue.
Janie, help me out. I know
It's
that.
both. Both are problems. But yeah, definitely scalpers are not good, obviously. Like they shouldn't be taking advantage of the limited supply either. Shouldn't
I
be.
just think that they're taking advantage
that's
of an
the big thing,
opportunity
though. No.
opportunity to make
Janie
money.
just hit it. They shouldn't be taking advantage of the limited supply, which they know there is.
But it creates an opportunity to make money, and that's how the world works.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's right.
I mean, it's what's right or wrong in capitalism. I don't know.
It doesn't
That's
mean
the-
that it's right.
People should still be able to enjoy the shiny cardboard though.
Yeah, but then people are
enjoy it
are
for
still enjoying it. They're just
price
buying
it's
it for
supposed to
higher
be, though.
prices. Like people are buying from scalpers. Like, so they are getting the cards, or the scalpers wouldn't be doing this.
I think some people aren't even really quite aware that they're buying from scalpers either sometimes.
I
Like
mean,
I
people
even
get
saw
scammed all the time.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok today of somebody that was
That's their
like, "Oh my
problem.
gosh, they restocked the prismatic sticker collections. They're only $30." And I was like, "They're supposed to be 15."
Yeah, I
So-
know. Like, local card shops, they tend to mark up their prices when there's demand. I'm not saying. I mean, I don't think scalpers are good. I think I said this before. I don't think they're good, but I don't blame them for taking advantage of an opportunity. We would all do the same thing if we could.
I
There
don't
is
think
kind of
that
a
I
flip
would.
side with the local card store thing though too, is that The local card stores for the longest time were actually selling a lot of boxes for under MSRP for the longest time. So like those Paradox Rift booster boxes or those Temporal Forces ones, you could get them for like $90 to $100, which is
So how much
MSRP is
do
like
they?
160.
Normally, oh, okay, so it's 160, and they were selling it for like $90.
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's like, well, you were okay with the market price then, but you're not okay with the market price now, kind of a thing too. So it's kind of the card store's take on things would be that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't, and I've purchased from card stores. I don't think I might have paid a little bit more than MSRP, but I can't remember. I probably wasn't. I didn't do my research, which what people should do before
Oh
going
well,
into this.
that's your problem.
That's good.
That's what I mean. Like if you don't do your
No,
research
I
and
know
you
you
get
said
and you
that
get
earlier.
take and you that is your problem if you don't do your research.
Okay, but when we said that people get scammed, you said that is their problem. That's
If
not
they
right.
get if they
You shouldn't
don't,
be scamming people.
but they're not getting scammed. You could do
They
like
are-
if they're selling a thing for $60, that should be $30. You would know
Okay.
what the $30. You would be able to find it.
If I was someone who was coming into this brand new, basically I am. Like I collected cards when I was younger, and kind of the same thing that Groove and Ruben said is like, I just, there weren't ETBs. I was just collecting them when I could go to the card store and then put them in my binder and just look at them, maybe trade them, but not playing the game. So if I came into this brand new and I'm looking online to see like, how much is this box? Oh, it's 100. Let's say it's $200, something that is supposed to be 160. I would think that that's probably right. Like, how would I know otherwise?
Google is free. Google is free. And it's on your phone. Google is free. I could type in what is the MSRP of this product and it would tell me. Google is free. Scamming, I could see. I actually saw some things that were like legitimate scams. Like you would pre-order a product from a store, and a lot of the times they cancel the pre-orders, or they take your money and they don't send you product. That's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
But
think that's terrible.
just and they were charging over MSRP for these pre-orders. And I guess what they do, the way it works, from my understanding of this, they would get the money for the pre-orders, but then they wouldn't get that much product, but they have the money so they could pay their operating costs. I think that's how.
Yeah, it's basically like a free loan, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So you're paying them $50 for a product that's supposed to come out like a month from now, but they don't get that product.
Dang.
So, but I don't know. I don't think they're trying to scam you. I think they are putting pre-orders out there in the hopes that they get enough product to fulfill those pre-orders, because I don't think they know what they're getting when it's announced. And a lot of these places put up pre-orders when they announce it.
Yeah. But that should be on them to maybe not pre-order or put so much stuff order available. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I think that I agree with that. Like if you don't have the product guaranteed, then don't have pre-orders. Yeah, I saw a TikTok. I don't know if it's I don't know if anything on the internet is real. Like that's where we're at right now. I don't know who's telling me the truth, who's lying.
Honestly,
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it. Yeah.
But
there's a lot of stuff out there.
But like the video was this woman. She said that she pre-ordered from a local card shop. They didn't send her the product, and then she messaged him or whatever and said, "Oh, we accidentally sold that to somebody else. We'll find another one and we'll ship it to you." And then they never shipped her the other product. And then another one was like, they said the product was delivered, but it was never actually delivered, and she couldn't get a
No.
refund. So it's like that's a scam,
That's
and
awful
that's
too,
not
yeah.
right. But if you buy something for 60 when it should have been 30, like you could Google it before you purchase it.
There's a lot of really scummy stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
And even like the rip and ship stuff. I know you had mentioned this before we started recording. Like some people reseal cards.
Yeah, reseal packs and stuff. I've seen a few videos now. I saw a really terrible one the other day where someone was doing like a giveaway, I guess, and I guess Whatnot has like some different kinds of rules with giveaways that like, I don't know how they do it exactly, but basically the person that won the giveaway was somebody that hadn't bought from them before, and for some reason they decided to just get like really mad and just take the pack and just like crumple it up.
Oh, I saw that. I did
Did
see
you
that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took the pack, crumpled it up, and it ended up being like a demigod pack as well. So there was like 3 really good cards in there, and it's like, why would you do that? Like, why? There's no reason.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, that stuff I don't.
Yeah.
That stuff I don't approve of. I don't approve of
Yeah.
unethical practices or like resealing, because I've seen some where they rip it and they like show a little bit of the bottom, and you can clearly tell what the card is, and then they like go off screen for a second, and then they come back and it's a completely different card.
Yeah, that too. That's why it's so important, especially like right now, to really just make sure that the people that you're trusting are trustworthy. Like, make sure you are 100% sure about them as well.
Yeah. So how does it work? Just because I guess I don't really know, but like someone buys the pack firsthand, and then you open up the pack, and then you just ship it to them.
Yeah, I ship it to them. So
But
there is potential.
they already
for,
see you
Yeah.
open it, so
Yeah.
they already
know what
know
they
what they're
got.
getting. Yeah.
Oh, so you're opening it first.
Yeah, so I open it, like they're watching, they're in chat, they're watching, and then I open this up for Pika Kirby, and then I'm gonna ship it off to Pika Kirby tomorrow. Get it all nice and packaged up, very nice.
Is it like an auction, or like what are they priced at?
No, it's just a flat, like you buy the pack and then I open it up. Just like you would at the store, like kind of, but it's just me
Yeah.
opening up instead.
You see, GameStop actually has events. I haven't gone. Have you gone to one? It's like a rip and I forget what they call it.
I saw that. They were doing some sort of event thing. I went to a Best Buy event the other day where they were doing like a little Pokemon Day event thing.
Yeah, rip and submit.
Rip and
That's what they
submit.
call it. So you open. I guess you open the packs in the store, and you can submit them to PSA right then and there.
If they have packs to rip.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I'm wondering if they have, like, how do they, like, if they have these events and they don't have any
Yeah.
cards, like, what's the
Cards?
point of
What do you
these
do?
events? You get a free penny sleeve and card saver when you do it, though.
Ooh.
Saving a
Can
lot
save
of
whole
money.
25 cents. Let's go.
Well, this also it includes Pokemon, Magic, Sports Card, and more. So that means
Amazing.
it's only Magic, Sports Cards, and Lurkana. There's no Pokemon
There's
there.
so much Lorcana everywhere.
I remember all right, Lurkana, perfect example. That everybody was looking for that when that came out. Like that was being scalped to no end.
Was that COVID? When was that?
I don't know if it was COVID. It was a
Not
couple of
much.
years ago
A year
now.
or so ago.
Okay.
But so that was being scalped. Everybody's looking for it. Now it's everywhere. Like there is just products sitting everywhere.
Target was literally giving it away. They were literally like during Black Friday, if you bought like some Pokemon cards or something from Target, they threw in a pack of Lorcana in there for free. Like I got 2 packs of Lorcana and I was like, what do I do with these?
It'd be
I don't
interesting to
want them.
look at the distribution of Pokemon cards and then Lorcana.
I mean, the demand is definitely not as high for
Sure.
Lorcana.
Which is kind of weird, right? Because it's Disney. Like you would
Yeah,
still
you would
think
think
that would be
Yeah.
pretty high.
It was initially like it was. I know Lorcana, like the first print runs were pretty hard to find when they came out,
And they
and
printed a bunch of it.
yeah, so
A
it's
lot of it.
so there you go.
No.
Now that I feel like that proves my point that
No.
nobody's scalping Lorcana right now because there's a lot of product out there.
Is it all the same pack? Like
No,
I know you guys
they have
are,
like
well versed in that.
they have like different. It's like Pokemon, where Pokemon releases a new set like every 3 months. I don't know if Lorcana does it that often, but they definitely do it every now and then. Same with like Magic and
Yeah.
baseball. I know like baseball cards and sports cards are very popular right now too.
Magic's kind of having a problem right now too. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Final Fantasy Magic collab that's happening. It doesn't happen.
Oh.
It doesn't come out until like June, but people are spending like $700 on these boxes
Ugh.
of Final Fantasy Magic boxes. I was like, oh my god.
They're spinning it, but it hasn't released yet.
Yeah, it like doesn't come out for a few more months. Like I guess they're like
Guess they're
I don't
buying
know,
pre-orders,
I guess they maybe
maybe?
had pre-orders already or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know when they did the Lord of the Rings collab, like a lot of people were looking for the One Ring, and Post Malone, I think, put a bounty on it, and he paid like $2 million for the One Ring.
Yep, he's got it.
Yeah, man, I wish I got that. I have to do taxes. That'd be nice. But I mean, I think that proves my point. Open and
I
shut
don't know
club
if it totally
case right
proves
there.
the point. I don't know. I hope not.
There's
There's
more.
just not a lot of people that like Lorcana. Maybe, there's not a lot of people that want to collect it or play it, I guess. I don't know. Do you see any giant Lorcana championships happening anywhere?
No, we
or
need
anything?
the animated series, the movies, well, I guess we have the animated series. It's all the
Stick with the
Disney
Disney.
movies. Yeah, you would think that it's Disney. You would think it might still be doing okay. I just see, like, when I go into a store and I look at their trading card section, it's Lorcana. That's it. There's
I guess I'm sure people don't think of trading cards when they think of Disney. You know what I mean? Like Pokemon, that is how it started. So like that has always been cemented in our brain that Pokemon does have trading cards, but Disney also does so many other things that like maybe it's just not well advertised. Is it a game? Is it just cards?
It is a game.
Like, no, I know. I'm just saying like the general audience are probably asking these questions. It's like, what is this?
And people scalp Disney stuff. Like they scalp.
Yeah.
There's like popcorn buckets and
Figment.
Yeah.
The Figment
Oh,
popcorn bucket was huge.
So if there's any limited supply, high demand issues, like you're gonna have scalpers. You can't get rid of scalpers. You can't. You just need to somehow combat it. Like Pokemon should be reprinting cards. These retailers should be putting limits on everything. And it also sucks for the consumers too. Because like if you're the first in line at GameStop, you could only get one box.
Well, maybe that's all we need.
It says who?
You just need one box? What if my box doesn't have Charizard in it though? What if I gotta open another box?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, like, do we need more than one thing?
I mean, there's like 250 some cards in a set.
There's a lot
There's
of
only
cards.
11 cards in a pack. So yeah,
There's
you
only
definitely
one
need
in
more than one
1,000
box.
chance to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just don't get it. You just don't understand.
I do get it. I just think that it would be nice if it was like, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and
murdering
Charlie
children.
You only buy. I'm not even talking about that.
Children died in there.
Oh, I'm saying
That is
Charlie
kind of how Pokemon
bought-
cards works. People go in, they don't come out. See those Costco videos? Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, that happened at Costco.
So the thing about Think about Costco. I don't have a Costco membership, but does that outweigh the cost of what you're spending? I don't know how much a Costco membership is.
I think it's like, I don't know, like $5 to $10 a month or so. Don't know.
I guess they do put discounts on there.
Yeah.
Their cards are usually cheaper than the MSRP.
They're cheaper too, I think.
So maybe that does make sense. Like you could offset it by upselling, but yeah, I mean that stuff it sucks. I don't know, like, but I don't think we get rid of it.
I guess it's kind of like what we were saying last week. Like I'm interested to see if Switch 2 does kind of go around that with having the Nintendo Switch Online, having like an account. And if you have an account, then you'll be the first one to pre-order. And again, kind of scummy in that way, because then it's like, oh, you don't have a Nintendo Switch Online account, you might want to get one, and then you're paying, what is it, like $50 a year?
I think GameStop tried to do that with Pokemon cards, right?
How did they do that?
I think you had to be a pro.
Like
I think you had to. I think you needed to be a pro member. Maybe I'm wrong, or they were going to try to do that.
I don't know. I've heard rumors of it, but I don't know.
And that you have to pay.
Or not.
You have to pay. I don't know. It's like
pro membership's like $25. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess though, in that sense, like it's a better solution because you know that person is probably into the hobby.
That's true too. You know, you're a Nintendo fan if you're signing up for the online.
Yeah.
That's what they did with the Alarmo.
You just get 8 scalpers together, $10 a year.
No, I think it would have to be the person that is in charge of that. If it was like the family account, that's only one person in charge of that account.
But there's 8 people in the. Like,
you got 8 kids. You got to get 8 Switch.
How's that fair?
What about the children?
Yeah, think of the children, Cheesy. Think of Crawler. He has 2 kids.
Huh.
I think he's gonna need to get 3 Switch 2s. I'm gonna need to get 7.
Yeah, I know you will, Johnny, and you'll throw them in the trash and make content.
Pays for itself. Like I'm sure, like if those people did set those cards on fire, I'm sure those videos paid for that video for that.
Johnny's gonna make a fake Switch now and set it on fire.
Why fake it? I can get rid of one.
The
I can get rid of one.
That GameStop?
Yeah,
set it on fire.
I don't think you would.
Sounds like a challenge.
I don't think you really would set one of your Switches on fire.
I mean, what do I have to lose?
The collection of it. That's what you're always crying about.
I'm not crying about that.
You would be upset that you.
I would not cry. No, I would not.
Okay, if you
I could easily burn those behind me.
Okay. He's not going.
It happened.
Yeah, it's not
first in line. Get that Switch 2, and then set your old one on fire.
That's actually a good idea. Honestly, that's a really good idea. I doubt that they would let me have like an open flame, but like maybe I'll do it in the parking lot and they can't see.
There you go. Yeah.
End of an era, you know? You just gotta...
It's done. You don't need it. Everything's backwards compatible.
Yeah, everything's backwards compatible. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Are you keeping your Switch?
Yeah. I always keep my consoles.
Well, I mean, you have the Tears of the Kingdom one, so.
Yeah.
Cheesy, are you keeping your Switch?
Yeah.
You're not going to trade it in?
No, I have my Game Boy, I have my NES, my Super NES, my N64. Like, I don't know why I would.
For money, I don't know.
So you're going to trade in all your Switches?
No.
But if you wait though, if you wait long enough, then the Switch, they'll stop making the Switches, and then you wait long enough, and then it'll be just gonna keep going up.
I mean,
the value of it, it's gonna keep going.
You have that Hyrule 3DS behind you.
Yeah,
that's worth a lot of. That's worth a decent amount of money, I think.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm not wrong on this. I'm not. Like people want their collection to have value.
Do you plan on selling your 3DS that you just
No.
mentioned? Yeah. So
No.
it means
When-
that value means nothing.
When you die. Like
This is how the
When
last
I
episode
die?
ended.
Like, all right. Well, we're over it now. We're over. So last thing here, I
Okay.
said that I would. Cheesy asked me when I would sell these things, and I said when I die, and I think that's true. Or, that's the next person's problem. I don't know what my question is here. That Pikachu Van Gogh is probably going to worth a lot more, years and years down the line. Will you sell it or will you give it to someone? Like if you're in a retirement home, you be like, I got this Van Gogh Pikachu.
I always cherish my very first PSA submission, my Van Gogh Pikachu. You want me to sell this as an old lady? I'm holding on to this.
Get buried with it. We
Yeah,
talked
get
about
buried with it.
nobody knows if that you can't take it with you, so get buried with it.
Yeah, wasn't it Jake Paul that was wearing it around his neck?
Yeah.
at, one of the things.
Yeah, the big
just a nice
big
little
chain.
necklace thing.
I do have a Charizard. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that's what I'll do
Yeah,
in my coffin. I'll just have the
Yeah.
Charizard.
Is he to blame?
For what?
The rise of Pokemon.
I think he's
Part
a
of it,
part
oh,
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about
Definitely.
blame, but more so like bringing more eyes onto the fandom. I wouldn't say he's to blame. Like to blame to make something more popular. I don't know how that is like a bad thing.
I think if you're watching an influencer who is just really like saying how much this Pokemon card is worth and blah blah blah, then you get people who again aren't interested in the hobby but just are trying to go and make a quick buck. Jake Paul and Logan, like,
What do you think collectors do? Like, what do you think collectors are doing?
What do you mean?
Like, why would people collect? Why do people collect?
For the collection.
Because it's fun.
But what do you do with the collection though?
You look at it and you say,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
you
this
looked
is so
at it.
pretty."
Yeah,
to
exactly. Like you're
enjoy-
not.
How fun it was to get all the cards.
Yeah, the memories
just-
of it,
Yeah.
right?
The way
Johnny,
you talk
Johnny,
about people
end
is
of
just
the
so weird to
conversation-
me.
Why? Because I try to like believe in the good in people, which obviously is not there anymore.
I mean, people
What
are
do you-
good.
what do
It's
you
just
mean?
people can also want their things to be worth stuff. Like people could, like, do you get upset at people that buy stock and sell it the next day? Like it's the same thing.
I mean, I don't have any say in that because I don't care. So
It's the
I'm
same
not
thing.
going out, but I'm not going out and buying stock because, oh, this is on the rise or whatever. Like I don't.
But
have
that's
any
why people
interest
do
in
buy
that.
stock because it is
no.
on the rise.
No, I get that. I'm saying that I don't have any interest in it, so I have no purpose in going and buying stock.
But it's like it's the same concept, and I think it's okay for people to
I
want
think
their collection to be worth something. I think that's okay.
think what
That's a
you-
way to enjoy your collection.
you just aren't admitting that you would be a scalper.
I would be a scalper.
Well, there it is.
He admitted it.
I mean, like, I don't want to work until I
So
die.
but that's what I'm saying is like you don't see a problem with it because you would be doing the same thing.
Yes, if I had the means and ability to, yeah, I would try to make money.
But the sad truth is you couldn't be one because you didn't even get Pokemon cards today. So
Yeah, but that's because I'm not trying.
it sounded like
I-
you were trying. Yeah.
I pressed the button that said, and that's it. That's all I had to.
Fine.
Yeah.
What else could you
You were
do? I
up,
couldn't like
you
go
were-
and wait at Best Buy. Like everybody was in the same situation. But
Well,
anyway,
Janie, yeah, thank you so much for being on. This is probably even later than what you expected, and I
No, it's fine.
apologize.
Oh,
and I'm
totally
sorry
fine.
you have to listen to Johnny. And
I'm right. So I
no,
don't
wait,
know.
it's good to see you. You know, you were a content creator. I think in the space that we really enjoy and like connected with, and so it's just great to see you still striving and doing your best and being someone in the Pokemon community as well. So thank you.
Thank you. It was fun.
Where can people find you?
I'm on like literally everything. Everything's just underscore Janie. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, um, Blue Sky. Pretty much anywhere that is a social media of some kind, I'm on it. So just underscore Janie. You can just Google that. You'll find it.
Johnny, where can people
I'm
find
Johnny
you?
Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I am coming back to Twitch once busy season's over and Switch 2 comes out, and Nintendo Powercast, and also my new scalper shop, JohnnyBoSellsCards.com.
Check for that domain. You can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, CheezyC64, CheezyC64. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm really not really on these platforms anymore. I'm just there for, I guess, the conversation, but
It's
not
there
really.
for the vibes.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much vibing there is today. But yeah, you can find it. Anyway, yeah, Janie, do you have any closing thoughts? Anything at all?
Pokemon is a wonderful hobby and it is really fun. It's not a great time right now, but it'll be fun again soon, hopefully.
I almost wish you would have just stopped on Pokemon.
Or just Pokemon.
Pokemon.